left-wing Kingz. Listen, think, act, repeat.
Kamala Harris's Health Equity Program is a national initiative focused on addressing the disparate health outcomes faced by Black men. Steve, what are some of the details of the program, and how will it help Black men live healthier lives?
Okay, so she's going to be addressing, first and foremost, making sure that more Black folk are insured, okay, strengthening the Affordable Care Act, making sure that we have clean air and clean water. She's going to be investing in Black medical schools like Meharry and Howard University, okay. Part of the problem that we have right now is this, okay, Black people, 12.1% of Black people have diabetes, okay? 7.4% of white folks got it. That's a big difference, okay? Mm-hmm. Black folks are 2.3 times more likely to die from complications with diabetes, okay? Just like we were talking about with the economics, okay? Mm-hmm. When you have Black neighborhoods where it's a food desert, you got to pay a lot more money to buy healthy food. That's an issue. Mm-hmm. You're going to have more people who are eating things that are unhealthy.
You're right.
And this causes diabetes. This causes high blood pressure. Mm-hmm. This causes heart problems. This causes, all sorts of things that end in death. Mm-hmm. Okay. In addition to that, this causes people to lose work. So it causes economic disparities. It's all related.
Yeah.
Okay. When you talk about clean air and clean water, okay, you look at what happened in Flint, Michigan. Okay. Mm-hmm. You look at what happens in Cancer Row between Houston all the way to Mississippi. Mm-hmm. Okay. All these refineries and everything where, all these folks are getting cancer because the environment's not good. Mm-hmm. It's not a good environment. And that area, again, it's a lot of Black people. Mm-hmm. Okay. But again, just like I said with everything else, there's a lot of white people in that area too. These things that might, we might be saying, okay, this is hurting Black people, but white people got to understand this is hurting y'all too.
Yeah.
Okay. And just like you don't have grocery stores in Black neighborhoods and you have to travel because there's food deserts. If you got a trailer park, you got to travel too. Mm-hmm. And what we got to look at is this. Black people and poor white people got to realize we in the same boat.
Yeah.
And when you have Black people, especially Black men, not realizing, okay, this has been going on for a long time. And this is the best we've been offered. Mm-hmm. This is a comprehensive plan. And that has not been offered by any other president.
Yeah.
No. Not to this extent.
Yeah, and this is 2024, man, and you're talking about that. But let me put that in real time for you, because this is something that's actually close to my heart. Because I live in a neighborhood. I live off of Acme Road on the west side of San Antonio. That neighborhood was built for the GIs coming back from World War II. The Black GIs. It was a segregated neighborhood, so it was predominantly Black. Most people that are native to the west side have relatives that came from that neighborhood, so it's a Black neighborhood. You're absolutely right. I see it on a daily basis. Yeah. We don't have no grocery stores close. The ones we have is HEB. The HEB we have is the downtrodden version. It ain't like the big ones that have everything there. Hell, most of the time you can't find everything there that you need. Definitely not healthy food. Mm-hmm. That's the major food chain, the major grocery store chain. Mm-hmm. They gave us the smallest, cheapest version of that store there. Mm-hmm. Does not have anything there. Predominantly mostly Hispanic stuff. It plays toward the economics because that neighborhood is now mostly Hispanic. So, but it's traditionally Black. We have Arlen's. Arlen's is just a small store, pretty much. It might be a national chain, but it's not as powerful as HEB. It's there, but once again, has a little bit more fresh fruits, but it's still not enough. Your basics. But where's Whole Foods at?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Where's Sprouts at?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where's the farmer's market at?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Let's talk on the health side. Where's the hospital at?
Yeah.
Mm. It's Wilford Hall, the closest one. It's on the military base. If the military base wasn't there,
yeah,
it's the medical center, and that's miles away.
Yeah.
And so I see that. I'll drive by that and see that on a daily basis. So with an effort with her saying, hey, this is something we need to address and start talking towards because, I got diabetes. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I know plenty of people who got diabetes. Mm-hmm. And it's it's foods you was raised on. And I asked me the same question. How many fast food restaurants can I throw a rock at and hit?
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything, but how many small-time Mexican restaurants can I find that hit right in my neighborhood? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's just that there's no
liquor stores.
Liquor stores. We can go on and on, but there's no comprehensive plan on addressing that. And look, I guarantee you, I'm talking about just San Antonio. I can probably have every major city somebody sit around and name something about their neighborhood. Think that's by accident? I done been to Houston. I done been to Dallas and see the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So there was and it could be based on economics, but for whatever reason, and let's say we're talking about Whole Foods, which is owned by Amazon. They'll sit and say, well, we don't have enough clientele over there. It makes sense or whatever. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But because we have economic problems and we don't have a demand for that, or the people can't afford the prices that you're going to charge for healthy food, you're kind of outpricing us on life. You know what I'm saying? Like, mm-hmm. We're going to sell you our tomato, which is organic, compared to one that's been processed, got all kinds of chemicals on it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And we're going to sell ours at this amount. And you're pricing us out the game. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm glad that she's put something in and she's trying to address it and trying to even that out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. And
I think that, go ahead, Steve.
And in addition, when you look at, she's also talking about getting money to the black universities that have medical schools, like Meharry College, Howard University. You have people with sickle cell anemia. That affects mostly black people, but a lot of black people die from that. Yeah. Okay. And we need more black doctors. Let's be real. Mm-hmm. Okay. A woman who is pregnant is more likely to live if she is black. If she has a black doctor, she is more likely to have fewer complications and everything if she has a black doctor. Okay. And these things are things that do need to be addressed. And again, if you have more doctors, you're going to have a more successful group of people. Okay. Yeah. So again, it's all relative because you have more doctors, you're going to have more people with more money. Yeah. You have more doctors, you're going to have a healthier community. You have a healthier community, you're going to have more people who are able to go to work.
Yep.
It's just representation, man. I mean, yes. Sometimes it just falls out to representation. I got a black doctor that I go to, and he's a pretty good guy. But most of the time we're talking, he's talking from a perspective of knowing where I'm at as a black man. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Just plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? So having that person that's in your community that kind of understands your health needs, understands your cultural needs. Like, I'm going to go in there. He's like, look, man, you got diabetes, bro, so you need to lay off the sweets during Thanksgiving. Because he know we're going to go hard in Thanksgiving. Everybody probably do. But he probably know you need to lay off the sweet potato pie, bro. Something that you don't need to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to watch it.
Don't be messing with the combo.
So understanding the culture may put me in a more perspective of taking care of myself. Hey, or pile on the collard greens or whatever, but don't put no pork in it or whatever. He's gonna just name some things that he's gonna point out because culturally he knows where I'm gonna come from over the next couple of days. And I'm saying everybody's got gonna get it in on the holidays, but just that perspective. So that representation is important. You know what I'm saying?
So two things I just want to add to that is from a perspective of like these programs that are being put out there. I definitely agree that we need all of these programs. We need the representation. We also need our black men to be willing to go to the doctor. I mean, and I do agree with you, Ace, like having a black doctor, and I agree with you too, Steve, having a black doctor has its benefits, but just go see one. I mean, if your ass ain't got a doctor, go see one. Don't try to wait till you can find a black. Go see a doctor, man, right, because these programs ain't going to help you none if you ain't willing to go to the doctor yourself. You have to get out there and you have to make a conscious decision to take your health seriously. And now that these programs are going to be out there with Kamala, there's no reason for you not to. As a matter of fact, this should be motivation for you to go out there and take advantage of these things so that you can live a healthier life, so that maybe we could see some stores with healthier things in our neighborhoods. Mm-hmm. So that maybe we could have, more doctors and things like that. So I mean, I think that we first and foremost need to just take advantage of the opportunity out there and go see the doctor. And then secondly, to your point, Steve, having like educated people and trained people to do the job is vitally important. And that's opportunity number 3 that Kamala is talking about, which is education and job training investment.